Just going for a walk. It's nice to be able to do things short notice. Going for a walk, just enjoying what's around me. The last few days has just been fantastic. Thank you for those of you who have been wishing me well wishes on my birthday. The big 6-0 came, and I'm here. I'm healthy. Yeah, here I am. Yeah, that's me, all right. Yeah. So I'm real glad. It's nice to just touch base. Please subscribe to Season White on YouTube. Help us grow the platform. Help us reach more people. I may not have been able to do much broadcast on a regular basis, but I'm hoping to do that more now. But I've been away, and I just really go with the flow a little bit. But yeah, here I am, enjoying it, and walking around and just being. Yeah, there's a lot of people I need to be in touch with, hopefully. But for now, I'm just enjoying this. The weather looks like it's about to rain big time, but you know what? It's fun. I just went on a mountain climb just now, and it's quite, really quite something. But we're quite good. It's good. So how are you all doing? How's things? Basically, please, as you're watching, subscribe to Season on YouTube. Hit the notification button, give us thumbs up, help us with more people, help us share the broadcast. There is so much going on now. And of course, as you know, Africa is our focus. We see what they're trying to do in the Alliance of Sahel States to try and make things difficult. We understand that. We get what they're trying to do to try and, keep Africa under foot, but they're feeling, and people are waking up at every corner. And we want people, and what is more important, what is great is also that people are doing this in their own, in their own language. In their own language, following that and then doing what they need to do. So, but this evening I want to talk about what's going on in Nigeria. Right now, we are calling for the unconditional release of Momo Elisha. Section 39 allows us to have freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom to hold a thought. We have the right to free speech, and that is something that cannot be trampled upon. Greetings all. So we do not want, nor do we accept that. Greetings, thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Let me see this message is view. Let me just see. Show. Not quite sure what that message means. View. 50. I'm not quite sure what that means. Greetings, May Samsaldin. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, greetings and welcome. Give us a thumbs up as you're coming in. Share the broadcast. Help us reach more people. And what we're doing really, we're here to really talk about the unconditional release of Omo Elisha. He has been illegally and wrongly jailed for speaking his mind. We have freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association under Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution. We have every right to actually express our feel because that's what the Constitution guarantees, and nobody, whoever is in government, whether disagree with what our comments or not, we have that right, and that right cannot be trampled upon. For Omo Elisha, for every ordinary, for anybody on the street, they must not be trampled upon. So we are saying to the government of Nigeria, unless somebody comes and actually attacks you or threatens to attack you, you have no right to trample upon their rights, to use force to jail somebody because they are expressing an opinion of which you disagree. That's, at least, that is why you tell us that we're a democracy. And the very fact that the government is actually trampling upon that freedom of expression is a clear indication that we are not in a democracy. I say that again. I do not accept what the government is doing here. It is very wrong, not only to Sowore, to many other people. And what is sad about it is that government turns a blind eye when the Boko Haram terrorists are terrorizing. They're calling Tinubu names. These guys they call President Tinubu names. I don't see the government going and actually, arresting this terrorist. And there are strong grounds to arrest them. Firstly, they're carrying weapons that they shouldn't be carrying around in Nigeria because Nigeria is a nation and they are trampling upon the rules of the nation by abducting people using AK-47. And what is worse, they're wearing military weapon, a military uniform to do it. So I don't see the government taking action against these Boko Haram terrorists who are using weapons that they should not be. Nobody should be walking around with weapons in Nigeria. Nobody's allowed. Under the Constitution of Nigeria, you're not allowed to walk around with a weapon unless you are under license. So you have to be a military officer, an army officer, a navy, or something like that, or DSS. And even then, there are restrictions on where you can carry these weapons to. But here we have terrorists. They are even they're making checkpoints, which they use as a cover for carrying out further abductions. And we don't see the government taking action to address these concerns. So we are really saying this and calling on the government of Nigeria, first and foremost, free Sowore now. There are no grounds upon which you are justified in holding somebody who is expressing his freedom of expression as laid down under Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution that you swore on oath to abide by. And that is part of the Constitution. So calling on the government, it's raining now, so to please release Omoyele Sowore. We cannot silence free speech. And again, I call on the people of Nigeria, you need to know your rights. For too long, they've put our minds in the Bible and the Quran. They told you, oh yes, if you follow the Quran, if you follow the Bible and everything else, all your prayers will be answered. No, you need to know your rights. Section 14.2 of the Nigerian Constitution states that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this Constitution, derives all its powers and authority. That's in English. 14.2b states that it shall be the responsibility of the government to provide safety and security for all the citizens. That's what it states. So we have the right, where now there's clear evidence of insecurity, we the citizens should be using our rights as sovereigns to question the government. Where is the safety and the security? That is your primary purpose of governance. Your primary purpose of governance is to provide safety and security, and we don't see it. And we demand for that. Furthermore, Section 14.2c states that the participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. That means that you have a right to participate in your governance, monitor the actions of your government, question them, and then hold them accountable. None of which has happened for the last 20 years. We, as a people, collectively have not held our government accountable for their actions. Hence, many of them have gotten away with looting billions upon billions upon billions of naira without facing the consequences of those actions. And the impact on our community is that we have no roads, no water, no light, no schools, no bridges, no healthcare, no safety, no security. It's raining now a lot, but I might stop soon, but I'm going to try and carry on. See how far I go with this because it's actually choking it down big time. But I've got, I wanted to just say this briefly. So we're saying to the government and with the people of Nigeria, I'm saying it in English, I'm going to say it in Yoruba. The time has come for us now. If we do not speak up for us, no Jesus Christ, no Allah is going to speak up for you. You need to understand. You need to speak up. Thank you for the thumbs up. As you're watching, give us a thumbs up. If you do not speak up for yourself, no Allah, no Jesus Christ is coming to speak up for you. And these are just names of people, of gods that the people who have enslaved you have created to keep you enslaved. It's an enslavement mentality. When you are being conditioned to believe that the only way to save yourself is to turn to somebody else to pray for your own salvation, then it's a joke. You're being mentally enslaved. You need to wake up. Your rights are the best way to free yourself. Your rights will guarantee you roads, water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare, safety, security. And that must be our focus. We once again call on the government. Release Omoyele Sowore. He is expressing and exercising his right under Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution. The right to freedom of expression, association, freedom of thought. Again, I support that wholeheartedly. If anybody were to say they were making a threat to the president of Nigeria or anybody in government, making a physical threat, then the weight of the law, full weight of the law must be carried out against that person. And what the terrorists are doing that. But I don't see the government doing anything against them. The terrorists are threatening Nigerians. They're threatening, they've killed several, an APC executives, not in one state, several states. But yet they're not being arrested. So are we saying this law is applying to the citizens of Nigeria alone? You know, May Sama Sheldon, thank you very much. Is that what we're saying? Because I don't understand this. So the time has come for us to ask that question. That the incarceration of Omoyele Sowore is totally unacceptable, and we demand for his immediate release from jail. He has done nothing wrong. He's not carried any weapons. The people who are carrying weapons have been overlooked. Right now, in three states, Boko Haram have abducted several students, teachers. They've beheaded people. Boko Haram have killed people, but this government seems ineffective in dealing with Boko Haram. But we, the ordinary citizens who have been long suffering, who they failed to provide the water, the light, the schools, the bridges, the healthcare, the safety, security, and they've been patently obvious to us that they've been unaccountable. When it's the very same thing they promised us. They said, oh, I swear to serve Nigeria and everything. And they have not served Nigerians. They simply haven't served Nigerians. That's the fact. Now, I'm not saying it, because these are facts. You can go and check it. Please tell us how many of those people, how many of those politicians have been arrested for looting and stealing? How many? I'm waiting. How many of them have ended up in jail? They haven't ended up in jail. They haven't. So what we need to do is we're calling on you, the federal government of Nigeria now. It's no longer acceptable this is not acceptable in any way, shape or form. This is not acceptable in any way, shape or form. We once again call on the federal government of Nigeria to release Omoyele Sowore. And another thing, the use of physical force against a man that's not posing any physical threat is totally unacceptable. He was manhandled, rough-handled, and it's not just him. They do this to everybody. It's like their modus operandi, to use force against somebody that you disagree with their thought process. No, you need to respect their thought process and engage in meaningful discussions to come to a resolution where you say, okay, you know what they say, we agree, okay, since you asked the question, we will take steps to make sure that you can actually, we will do the things you ask us to do, because we are here to serve you. And we don't see that. So we do not see your action as this. So we're calling on the federal government of Nigeria, once again. At this program, you can see this discussion is about Omoyele Sowore. We call on him to be released with immediate effect, because this is showing that they are no longer, the actions of the government in confronting a man that has made no physical threats to the government or to anybody, merely stating his thoughts about the current state of the politicians who are in government, that they are corrupt, they are unaccountable, they oppress the people. These are legitimate statements. If you go and look at the evidence of what he's saying, by evidence I mean look at the real facts on the ground. Bad roads. Farmers can not get their stuff to the farm, from the farm to the market, because of bad roads. They lose 50% of their produce on the road. Terrible roads that the successive governments have failed to provide. There is no electricity for people to be able to have 24-hour electricity, to be able to keep whatever they make, all of this food companies and everything else, that requires electricity, or study late at night, or businesses and hotels, all of this stuff. This has the lack of accountability of our politicians is having a direct negative economic consequence on the development of Nigeria as a nation. So the President Omoyele Sowore is absolutely right in highlighting this. So I just want to state again, please, without any delay, Omoyele Sowore must be released must be released. And Citizen AY, someone I know him. We've been in a lot of discussions and plans, and bringing him to the attention via the town hall meeting in London and other places in Manchester. So this is not somebody I don't know of. I'm aware of him, and I salute his courage despite all the threats that they're making towards him. He's done nothing wrong. He's speaking truth to power, and the government must listen. We have a right. Part of the Constitution is our right to freedom of expression and opinion, to express our thoughts and opinion the way we want it, and nobody should stop us. So, in closing, I want to thank you all. It might be a bit noisy. I'm going through a little creek here. It's raining outside, but I wanted to just say this. So please, if you're watching, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube right now. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY. Click the notification button, give us thumbs up, and of course, share. 4 things. Subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification button, finally share. 4 things I'd like you to do as you're watching me. And also share to reach more people. And support us. Type hashtag Free Sowore now. Hashtag Free Sowore now. He's done nothing wrong, and we cannot. If we are going to say we're a democracy, then one of the cornerstones of democracy is freedom of thought and expression, and freedom to hold ideas and views that others may not agree with. That is actually protected in the Constitution of Nigeria, if we're going to talk about that. So let's go. I'm going forward. Please, let's make sure we're calling on the government to do that now. And that's our focus of the broadcast today. We once again thank everybody who's joining us, who are joining us on the broadcast. As you're coming in, subscribe, hit the notification button, give us thumbs up, help us with more people. And let us make sure that everything that we're doing here is reminding the government, all of us must do this, that they have no right to deny us our right to freedom of expression. They must support us in guaranteeing that freedom of expression. They mustn't be using military force, DSS, or whatever to silence us, because we, the people, are the ones to whom the sovereignty belongs. They are meant to be serving the community, not themselves. The community is not meant to be serving the government. The government, it's the other way around. The government is meant to be serving the people. And if they cannot serve the people, they should step aside and let those who are willing to commit and serve the people. Perfect example of when we say they're serving the people is Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is serving the people of Burkina Faso. He buys equipment. He does large-scale television screen. You see a large-scale live broadcast of all the equipment that he has used the money of the nation to buy. He hands it to each of the ministers responsible. Minister for roads, Minister for agriculture, Minister for health, Minister for schools, Minister for bridges. He hands them the equipment, each and every one of them. And he says, we hold you accountable. In a few months' time, we will come back to see the progress of what you're doing. And they're watching the progress. And you can see there's a direct, clear progress in Burkina Faso. That is accountability right there. In Nigeria, they just tell you, whatever we tell you, we don't have the right to question. No, that is not democracy. That is not democracy. If we cannot question what you are doing as sovereigns of the nation, then we are not in a democratic nation. And those people, the government of Nigeria, is shielding or looking the other way, as there are certain people in the Nigerian government that are actually funding this Boko Haram terrorism across the nation. I don't know, whatever agreement they've gotten into, but that is not democratic. And this idea to pretend that we're a democratic nation when people's lives are being taken, and when somebody is speaking up and holding the government, saying the government is not being accountable, the last thing the government should be doing is to arresting that person. I have not seen the action of the government arresting those who are unaliving thousands of Nigerians. I don't see their action. I don't see them putting them in the courts. I don't see them putting the full weight of the law against this Boko Haram. Instead, they're being pardoned. As we speak, Boko Haram are being pardoned. 700 at a time. They pardon 700, 800 Boko Haram. But yet they take the lives of Nigerians. And the Nigerians who speak up are the ones the government focuses on. That is injustice. We have to call it what it is. I'm not here to abuse. I'm just stating that the government of Nigeria has no leg to stand on when it comes to the action they've taken against Omoyele Sowore and other activists. The government shuts down activists when they talk about bad roads, no water, hospitals. They shut them down. They make them lose their jobs. But when it comes to the terrorists who are actually killing Nigerians, the government turns a blind eye. They don't say anything. The terrorists are doing live broadcasts. They're even giving live giveaways. And the government has not shut down their website. So what are we? That is clear sign that the government is not for Nigerians. Its government is not running. They're being run for Boko Haram. And this is why we're saying what we're saying. We're not saying it as a threat or anything. These are the facts that we're faced with. Our people don't have 24/7 electricity in 2026. A nation with over 40 mineral resources that many people, including rare earth minerals, gold, diamond, uranium, bitumen, phosphate, gypsum, so tantalite, so many resources. And yet there is zero accountability. So we call on the government. It's time for the government to be accountable. And it could be a very good thing for this government to be the first government that has ever been accountable since 1999. Because there's been zero accountability by successive governments. And that's a fact. And until that is addressed, none of this will continue to happen. So we call on the government of Nigeria with immediate effect. Release Omoyele Sowore. It is terribly unacceptable. And we need to see from the government, they must no longer pardon Boko Haram terrorists. Because as we speak, a month ago in Oyo State, they abducted over 50 people, maybe. And one of the teachers, this Boko Haram terrorist, they beheaded him. Now we understand the government is now, the people who have done that beheading, they've not been held. There's a picture of that guy who's walking free. So who is the government working for? Are you working for Nigerians or working for the terrorists? That is a question, a valid question that we're not asking. Because the people of Nigeria are not being afforded protection by their own government. And the government swore to protect the people. Instead, the government is protecting Boko Haram terrorists. That's the reality of what we're saying. So we are saying this now, clear, loud and clear. President Tinubu and the entire government and the judiciary release Omoyele Sowore. He has made no physical threats to anybody, none. He's stating the injustice of the system. The system is not serving the people, and we must be allowed, especially it is stated under Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution, we have a right to freedom of expression and thought. You cannot police that. The minute you start doing that, we are no longer democratic. And that is what I'm saying to you. This is as simple as that. And we need to see clear action, demonstration of action by the government. All of those terrorists that are being released and pardoned being given homes, they must desist. The people that need to get homes and they need to get electricity and water and light and everything are the government of Nigeria, are citizens of Nigeria, not the terrorists. Not the terrorists. So, once again, I state this and I reiterate this fact. I'm not here to abuse the government. I'm stating that the government of the day has been, and the previous governments have been unaccountable to the citizens of Nigeria. And I'm calling on the Nigerian citizens to join hands and begin to do the work we need to do to hold our government accountable. Because unless we do that, our people, millions of us, will continue to survive in the land of plenty. And that is no longer acceptable. I hope you found it beneficial. Let's have your thoughts. You are, of course, listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please help us share this podcast, help it reach more people. Again, free Sowore now. There's no ifs, no buts. Free Sowore now. What are your thoughts on this? To hear your views, you're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now. Bye. Oops. The rain. Okay. Oops. It's not letting me close. Just give me a minute. I'm got a problem with the broadcast. It seems to have just frozen on me. Thank you for watching. I can't get it working. I don't know what's going on. Okay. We will end it somehow. I hope you found it. Okay.